Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to Homestead. Guys, I'm going to do this video outside because it is sprinkling rain. If you are in Alabama, you know that we have not had rain in quite a while. It rained the beginning of October, and then it rained today. That's it. So in 2 months since September, it's rained twice. We are in a drought. Governor Ivy has just declared a no burn ban because it is so bad. That was the day before yesterday. The chance of wildfire is just outrageous. We've had wildfires. We have no rain. Thankfully today, we've had a little bit. So let's talk about, are you prepared for drought and fire? Let's talk about this. I'm going to do it kind of quick because I'm outside in this, okay? I don't have any lights inside. My selfie stick broke. It's just a mess. So it's just all me, okay? All right, so first of all, why would this matter if you are in a drought? Well, if you're homesteading, for one, you're probably gardening. If you're off grid, you're probably gardening. You're doing something like that. How are you going to get water to your plants? What we like to do at our pasture garden, the good Lord waters it. But if we don't have rain, then we don't have water. Our crops will not grow. So that's limited food supply. Now, we also have raised beds. I tell everybody to get these behind your house where you can get water to. You can control it. Still doesn't mean it's going to grow well. There's nothing like rain on gardens and vegetables. You cannot beat it. Tap water, is well water, whatever, is totally different than natural rain getting on those plants. So you may have decreased food supply. Number one, that's it. Number two, if you buy food, if there's a drought anywhere in the world, you may have limited food supply to go buy. The prices may go up because there's less product. This can affect anybody, okay? Anybody. So what would I do for a drought to prepare? First of all, I would ensure that I had a method to garden that had water to it, that I could get to it, whether it be natural, whether it be through a pipe, I don't know, a hose. Have an area where you can control those plants. Then I would have a food stock put up. That's what I do. That's what I do day to day. Okay, drought also. No burn ban, no burn. We've got a ban on this right now. If you depend solely on cooking outside, if you are completely off grid, if you don't cook inside your house for some reason, you know, you're putting yourself at a risk. If you're in a situation where there's a no burn ban, you're not supposed to be doing that, okay? Guys, you know, you're at risk for the fire spreading, all right? You don't want to do that then if it's so dry. That's just kind of common knowledge, okay? So your cooking may be limited. Things outside that you require fire for may be limited, okay? Also, if you are using wood heat, a lot of homesteaders do this. They have wood heat. A lot goes solely on that, especially off-grid. They'll have something like that. Guys, you are at risk for fire, period. And that's where I'm going to kind of loop in fire with this. Anytime that you're trying to do something manually and not electric, especially with burning, you are more at risk for fire. Kind of loops in with drought as well. Now, we have electric heat. We do not have a wood-burning fireplace. We also have gas. A lot of people only have wood. You need to be careful. You need to have a plan, a fire safety plan, an evacuation plan. You need to watch this stuff because you are more apt to have a fire, okay? Also, this time of year, we're all putting up Christmas trees. We're cleaning our houses. Weather's not great. Probably not using the clothesline as much. You're using the dryer. Dryers are notorious for starting fires. So are Christmas trees. A lot of people love the old aluminum trees. You can't put regular lights on those. A lot of people may not know that. It may catch fire. These old vintage Christmas bulbs, it may catch fire. You need to be careful with this stuff, okay? So let me tell you what happened to us last night. What we do is a good practice, and it's always a good practice. Our local meteorologist out of Birmingham always says check your smoke detectors and when it's time change, fall and spring, okay? Always do that. That's a good practice. We have a smoke detector in the house. Everything's fine, hunky-dory. We've had to replace it once. It says a 10-year lifespan on this thing for the battery. That is not the case. I've lived in this house 7 years and 1 month, and I've already been through 2 smoke detectors. They have never went off, but they have chirped, mine chirp, letting me know that it's a low battery. Okay, last night, went to bed, all was good. I got woke up last night at midnight by the fire alarm, smoke detector screaming. Got the husband out of the bed, we got up, we checked everything. We thought there was a house fire. We could not smell smoke. We looked everywhere. Everything was fine. Of course, you know, you check your stove, your oven, everything like that. You check it, and I always do. I'm very paranoid about fire anyways. The alarm was still going off. It did not give a chirp for a low battery warning. Nothing like that. Go outside, check the breaker box. Check, see if there's smoke coming out from the eaves. Check all this. This is at midnight. Everything looks good. My husband disassembled the fire alarm at that point. He tried to put up another one. We had another one as a backup, you know, prepping here. Brand new in the drawer. That was 2 years old. It won't even work. It won't even come on. Brand new. Never out of the box. I threw the box away this morning. Brand new. So we put the old one back up, tested it. It come on. Didn't alert anymore. So we stayed up for a little while. Everything was fine. It was a false alarm. What I did during all that, while we were checking and while my husband was checking, I got all of my important documents together. They're in one spot. Keep them in a safe place. I tell y'all this over and over and over. I'm going to tell you what I did last night. And it was really the most perfect dry run there ever was. You need to do this twice a year. Do that when you check your smoke alarms. Do this twice a year. That way you'll be good, because everybody naturally panics. Women, if you're married, you want to get your wedding rings. You know, you want to have that on you. Of course, always something like that. You think about that's sentimental. Documents, keys. I was proud of myself. I grabbed my car keys. What if there was a fire? We got out of the house. Looking back, I don't know why I thought of the keys. I thought that was good. Your car's sitting there. Where's your spare? I've got a spare inside the house. So both sets of keys would have been there. Now, I could have had another one, but what if I needed to leave the house? I wouldn't even have had a key. Driver's license, all this. I keep all this stuff on me continuously anyways, but I had it ready to go. And the most important things, I was ready to get out of the house, an alternate area of evacuation if I had to be, and I kept it right beside me, ready to go. The most perfect dry run. Unfortunately, if there was a fire, you would lose a lot of stuff that you don't want to lose. But you need to think about what's the most important things to you. If you have cash in the house, whatever, have it there, have it ready, get it out, and get ready to go if your house is on fire, okay? Now, if it was life or limb, you're just trying to get yourself and your family out. But have that area, you know, ready to where you're ready to go, okay? Don't have this stuff jumbled up in boxes, drawers. You can't find it, because when an emergency happens, you've got seconds. You have to get out, and you want this stuff there. Now, of course, nothing as important as yourself, your family, you know. Human life is the most important thing, but it doesn't hurt to have all this stuff ready, because it may save you hassle later on, or a lot of things that are the most sentimental things to you, okay? I thought about this laying in bed last night after it all happened. I thought, you know, if the fire was in a different part of the house, now it's just me and my husband here, there would have been more that I could have gotten out if I had time and I was really trying to get stuff out. We never did, because we knew it wasn't a fire. But a good idea to keep in a spare closet is just empty tubs, empty totes, anything, plastic sacks, anything. Stuff in to throw it out the window if you have to get out that way. It's something to put stuff in instead of slinging one shirt at the time or whatever you've got. You know, that was a good idea to me. Make sure the tote or tub can fit through a window or a doorway easily if you have to sling everything together. Guys, it's good to have a grab bag. Everything that is the most important stuff in one area. The only downfall is to that if something happens, all your stuff's in one area too. So I've got mixed feelings on that. But I do like the idea, if I had just had some totes, some empty totes right there near where I was going to evacuate if I needed to, where I knew there wasn't a fire, I could have put more stuff in it to get it out quick. It just would have saved time, may have been able to get a few more things. If you think about a house fire and losing everything you own, guys, you're talking about from socks to shoes to whatever. Everything is gone. You need the most important stuff, but you don't start thinking about this. So like I said, keys. Keys was a huge thing. Important documents like Social Security cards, things like that. Again, it's replaceable. It really helps if you've got it on hand, okay? Really helps. Insurance stuff really helps, okay? Really helps, guys, to have all this together. Now, I was a little bit uneasy the rest of the night. But guys, the good thing is, I think I know what set it off. It's dusty, it's dry. When we're in a drought, things are more apt to catch on fire, okay? You have to have a heightened awareness of this. So what had happened was I was cleaning the house. My dogs come inside at night. We bring them in, we put them out, and the dogs are full of dust. One is a lab mix, Miss Belle. She's full of this thick dander. It sheds everywhere no matter how much I clean. I'm a clean freak, okay? It still piles right back up. So I cleaned the master bedroom the other day, and I deep cleaned. I mean, got furniture out and was wiping behind it. That type of cleaning. Wiping every piece of trim, every whatever. Dust got stirred up in a good amount, guys. Like, it was gross. We live in an old farmhouse. I clean, but this stuff piles up, and it's worse when there's no rain. See, right now it's done quit rain. I mean, it has quit raining as I'm standing here. We've just not had rain lately. And this stuff piles up. Well, I got it all stirred up, and apparently smoke detectors can give a false alarm if there's a lot of dust that will clog that sensor, a bug that will crawl into it. There's a lot of things that I looked up last night that may cause that to go off on a false alarm. But if it goes off, you need to treat it like it is an actual fire immediately. I'm going to tell you the one thing that I did not think about that was the furthest thing from my mind. You think about getting yourself out and getting your most prized possessions. You know, you and yourself, your family, and then your possessions. I didn't even think about calling the fire department, the 911. Now, we only have a volunteer fire department where we live, so, you know, but I didn't even think about that. If that was a real fire, I don't know how long it would have taken me and my husband to actually think of that. I think because we didn't smell smoke, we didn't see anything, we kind of thought everything was okay, it really wasn't there on my priority list. But again, you panic. So while I'm talking about this now, get this stuff together. If you have a prized skillet, if you've got a prized photo, if you've got whatever, keep it someplace safe. Know where it is. You don't want to be hunting for this stuff at midnight. I've told y'all the past couple of months I have cleaned this homestead. We have got everything in tip-top shape, working order as far as I know where the important stuff is in this house. And guys, I'm going to tell you something else. Get copies of documents. Keep it on a jump drive. You don't want to carry 1,000 heirloom family pictures out. You want the heirloom picture, but it's better to have a copy on a jump drive if you're trying to get out in a fire. Keep copies everywhere, like in your bedstand. If you're a guru like that and stuff like that, I am. Keep backups so this stuff's not lost forever. And it's a whole lot easier to grab something this big and jump out the window, you know, if you have to. And that we live in a one-story house, than it is carrying boxes and boxes of photos. Things like that you don't think about until you live through a situation. That's why I try to do these videos, to heighten your awareness. So if you are in a homesteading situation, you can apply this very many ways, especially cooking outside, wood heat. Y'all need to be careful. You need to be very careful, okay? This will impact your food. This will impact your daily life. You are going to be at risk for fire the more you deal with fire, okay? If you're not homesteading, check stuff, especially around the holidays. You know, people burn food, stuff catches on fire in the kitchen. You've got Christmas lights run everywhere. Kids are romping and running through a house. Stuff gets torn up, stuff gets knocked over. Something could catch on fire, a candle or whatever. Be careful right now. It's a heightened time for this, especially during a drought. That's a few things I could think of last night, guys. We're going to replace the smoke detector today. I just don't like it. I don't like something about it. You need to do that. Check it twice a year, okay? Twice a year. And I'm telling you, they don't last as long as they say. I promise you, they don't in our house. So it's not a 10-year deal. Check on your family members. Make sure they have smoke detectors. Make sure they're working, okay? We're going to do that today with ours. All right, guys, that's just a few ideas we got. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Get our channel out there. I appreciate how far we've come, guys. We've picked up steam. We're doing very well. So we're just slow and steady, but we're just going on up. So it's because of you guys. Help us keep going. We're going to get inside and hope for some more rain. We'll see you next time on Homestead.